Hey guys, Raid0AU and welcome back to my guide to Empyrion. Now in the last episode we were talking about various life forms, and just so happens that as we come in today, I'll just put my jetpack on. It sounds like there is a plant monster out here somewhere. So let's go have a look. That was the one I couldn't show you on the last episode. There he is. Over there. So we'll get him to come over towards the light. So you see him coming over towards us here. This is the other life form. Now these are aggressive on sight. So once you get within a certain range of them, they will attack. When you loot these, you get generally various things off them. Normally some spoiled food and fibre, and here we've got aloe vera sprouts, which are great. I'd certainly advise to take everything off of these things and store them. You do need things like spoiled food and things like that for making things like fertilizer and stuff for farming. So, or for making nutrient fluid. So you can see here what I've done just off camera is I've just put these blocks up here just to just so I can put the light up there, and I've put some lights around the outside just so it makes it a bit easier to see things at night. What we do need to do now is we need to finish that off. So we'll set that going to make some of those, and we will make some hull blocks. We're going to need quite a few hull blocks. So now, while that's doing that, you will have seen there that while I was shooting the plant monster, I actually hit level 6. Now, what I did off camera was I did a bit more mining. And if I go to my drill, you'll see I've got 77 ammo left in the drill. That is what is left from the initial drill charges that you get given at the start of the game. I thought I'd just see how far I could level up doing that. And basically what that took me to was about halfway through level 4. So it got me a good way to level 5. What I then did was I went for a bit of an explore around, because what I really want to find is I want to find some magnesium, because magnesium is really important for ammunition. So, but unfortunately I didn't find any. As you can see there, it's still showing a 0. But I kind of came round in a circle like this. Did find another promethium ore there, copper up here, and I did find Epsilon's power station over here. So all of those things sort of added up, and also had to shoot a few of those plant monsters because it did turn nighttime. So with all that, basically what happened was I ended up, now I'm level 6, so I've got 100 unlocked points that I can apply. So I thought this video would be more about early unlocks and things like that. So if you press O on the keyboard, it takes you to your tech tree, and there's a couple of things that I'd be looking at initially on here. First thing is in weapons, level 3. Now normally as soon as I hit level 3 I would unlock this, but I wanted to keep it for the video. So level 3, we want to pick up the assault rifle. And then when you hit level 5, you want to pick up the shotgun. So now with both of those unlocked, I can go to the crafting station and have a look here. I need 1 electronic to make that and 5 metal components. I've got 30 metal components, and probably the same for the shotgun. So I just need a couple of electronics. So I'll queue those up. And then basically I'll queue one of each of those up. And once it's finished crafting this stuff, it'll craft those. Also, what I'm wanting to do is I will need some ammunition for it. So you'll see here with the assault rifle on the right hand side, it tells you the damage, it tells you what ammunition it uses, how much capacity it is, and its range, reload times and things like that. So it uses 5.8mm bullets, which are these ones here. I need 5 metal pieces and 2 magnesium powder for that. So we're going to need to make some metal pieces, and for those we need 5 iron ingots, and it will give us 10 each time. So might make 100 of those. And then we've only got 50 magnesium powder to start off with, so we want to be a little bit careful with how we use this. Now the output count on these 5.8mm bullets is 25 per item, so I'm going to use 2 magnesium powder each time. So what I might do is I might queue up 5 of those, which will give us 125 bullets, which is probably okay to start off with. Also, we want to make some 12 gauge shotgun shells, and we need 3 metal pieces, 2 once again of the magnesium powder. So I might, but this only gives us 5 each time, so I might just line up 5 of those initially. And you can see with the blocks, it's actually quite fast crafting those now. Alright, so we've got all that queued up, which is good. So we'll go back into our tech tree. So we've sort of looked at the weapons. The next thing I'd go into is I'd actually go into base, and I'd have a look in here. Now one thing we do want is we are going to need a fridge just to store food in. So we'll unlock that. It's only 3 points. Still got 84 points left. I'm going to grab the oxygen station. We don't necessarily need it at the moment, but what it will allow us to do is it will allow us to unlock that medic station as soon as we hit level 7. As we come down, the other thing we need to grab is we want to grab a cannon turret. Been pretty lucky so far. I haven't had a message on this playthrough that drones are attacking the base. We really want to get that that turret up and running, just so the base can defend itself if it needs to. So back into the tech tree again. So that covers the base. So we've done weapons and we've done base. What I would then do is go into the miscellaneous section. Now you can see here that as we progress, we unlock the starter blocks for each of the vessels and things like that, so you don't need to worry about unlocking those. What we do need to unlock is we're going to want a cargo box to store stuff in, and we need at least a small ammo box to be able to store ammo for the turret. Now one thing I will mention with some of these items, if I go back into base, I'll just come back in here, and you'll see here that basically if I go to the fridge, just as an example, on the right hand side it tells you everything you need to craft it, and then underneath it has various stats there. So one to take note of is how much energy it uses, so it uses 5 kilowatts. But the main one you want to keep an eye on is placeable. Now you'll see there it says CV and BA, so that particular fridge there, I can place it in a capital vessel or I can place it on a base, but that's it. And this is really important when you're deciding what to unlock depending on what you're planning to build. And also when you're building stuff, you need to be careful to make sure you're actually going to be crafting the correct item that you want. Because if I do something like go to the hover vessel, in here there's a fridge under level 5 here, which is a little bit smaller fridge that you can place on a small vessel or a hover vessel, but that's all you can place that on. So there's 2 fridges there that basically if you make the wrong one, you're not going to be able to place it down in the place you want it to. So you need to be careful with that. So, okay, so we've got our cargo box. You can see the cargo box can be placed on anything. We've got the small ammo box, that once again can be placed on anything, so we don't need to worry about that. We don't necessarily need an oxygen generator, but we need to unlock it. and the reason being we need the water generator. So we want to unlock that. You do need water to make med kits and to if you're going to do any farming of any kind. And that's really all we'd need from that section at the moment. So, and that's really all we need to start things off. Basically from there, it's really a matter of trying to decide what priorities you have at that time. And my priorities at the moment, or my main priority at the moment, is the fact that I have very little magnesium. So it's going to make it very hard to defend myself if I can't shoot my guns because I've got no ammo. So magnesium is a critical issue for me. I need to find some ammunition, some magnesium to be able to make some ammunition. So in that situation, I could just go exploring again. Excuse me. Could just simply go exploring again. That is quite time consuming. Just simply running around the map is quite time consuming. But what I will probably do in that situation, or in this situation, is I would then look to unlock everything to make a basic hover vessel, and that will allow me to get around the map faster and explore a larger area of it quicker, giving me a much better chance of being able to find that magnesium that I need. So that would probably be, and that lends itself quite well to this guide, because once we've got the base effectively sorted out, the next thing we're going to want to make is a hover vessel. So I can hear another one of those. If you hear that noise in the background, that sounds to me like another plant monster, and it's a noise you want to keep your ears open for, because if you start to hear that, it means one's around, and if you're not careful, it's going to sneak up on you and get you. So I think what we'll do is I will just reload, take my jump pack off, and going to run out here and see what's going on out here. There's definitely something around. It's just a matter of being able to see where it is. There he is. Alright, so we just move away from him. Oh, I've got two of them. You can see I've got one sort of stuck in the wall down there. So once again, loot these. What do I get there? Got some sprouts and things like that, and the spoiled food. Initially, some of this stuff, you know, you look at it and you go, well, am I really going to need that? You're better off storing it because you are going to need it. Did I reload? Oh, I'll reload again. There we go. Okay. So, jetpack back on. We'll just get back up here. What? Come back. And we got another one. Oh, so guys. Coming from everywhere. That's alright, that'll settle down in a minute because the sun's now coming up. As you can see, 15 minutes game time for the sun till the sun comes up. Right, we'll drop down here. Jetpack off. Sprint out. And there he is, he's stuck in the wall as well. Reload. Oh shit, I've got no ammo. Oh dear, this is not good. Ah, actually, silly me. Jetpack on. Let's get back up in this base. Right. I should now have the assault rifle and the shotgun. Right, we'll put the shells there, ammo there. I will need to make some .5 cal. Not at this stage though, now that I've got these. One tip is when you make a new weapon and you put it on your hotbar, it doesn't automatically load itself, so make sure you go in and reload it. I'll do that with both of those. Alright, jetpack off, and out we go. Where is he? Always get this little pause when you first go into... There he is. First go into the site. So it's just a bit of optimization that hasn't yet occurred. So, alright. Now, how are we going for time? Alright, our time's going okay. So, in this situation, what I'm quickly going to do before I finish that base off is just explain the reason why I think getting the shotgun as soon as you possibly can get it is a good idea. And the reason being that if you then go around the map and you find these slimes, if you watch above my health where it shows the experience gain, you go 800 XP, a one-shot kill, and we also get some meat from that, which we can turn into some good food. So it's a great way to level. Great way to level. Now, basically, some of these dinosaurs you can one-shot them as well, the baby dinosaurs, but not all of them. So initially, you're better off sticking to those slimes if you can. Because behind them here, you go another 800 XP. So 2 shotgun shells. It's cost me 2 shotgun shells and I've gained 1600 XP. So... and I can go around and do that. And as I said, it has the added bonus of it gives you some food as well. Because especially before you get the... previously you used to only be able to make the food once you got the food processor up and running. But with the survival constructor, basically what we can do is we can dump all the meat in there. In fact, we'll dump all this other stuff in here as well. All the stuff we don't need. There we go. And we can go to food here and we're able to make salami. Now, salami, in my opinion, it's always my go-to initial food. The reason being that it gives you 100 food, 10 health, 10 stamina, and it has a perish time of 70 minutes, which is really good. Especially before we get the fridge up and running. So I'm actually needing something to eat at the moment. So once again, like any food or any usable item, consumable item, basically you just put it on your toolbar and then left click on it once it's selected, and that gives me a little bit of health, a little bit of stamina. I'm going to use these corn dogs up just to get rid of them. So, and in fact, I've got some more corn dogs here, which we can use up. Alright, there we go. We've still got a few corn dogs there. We've got a little bit of salami and things like that. So, happy with that. Okay, so back to our base. So, that's the reason that, as I said, I believe that getting the shotgun as early as possible is important. It's nothing to do with taking aliens on or anything like that. simply from a leveling point of view. I'll pop that in there, pop that over there, pop that over there. There we go. So we've got our base effectively enclosed. Only thing we do need for it is we just need to make a door, and we need 2 electronics and a control device. So control device, 2 electronics, that should give us a door. We also are going to want the cargo box, so we're going to want another control device, and that should enable us to make a cargo box. So there's our door. And we'll just pop our door in like so. There we go. And if we just go back in here, the other thing we'll do is, you can see we've got a lot of stuff unlocked in here at the moment now. So I'm just going to make a ramp top and a ramp bottom. Got our cargo box there. Ramp top, ramp bottom. So the cargo box, where am I going to put that? I'll just put it next to the, as you can see it's quite large. Put it next to the constructor there. We'll just come out here and we will rotate this round. And just place that down and then rotate that one round, put that down. Just for easy access. There we go. Alright, so from there, the next thing that I'm going to be wanting to do is I want to make the cannon turret. And for that I'm going to need 20 metal components, but I'm going to need 2 motors initially. So I need to be able to make 2 motors, and we've got metal components, we've got cables. Yep, we just need 2 electronics, and that should enable us to make 2 motors. We'll just wait for that to go through. And you'll see here I have made some more drill charges there, just in preparation. Filler and flattener, not really that bothered by it. Go in. Now if we go back into our tech tree, the other thing that I would unlock, which I just thought about, was the remove and repair tool. That's an absolute must. Basically unlock that as soon as you possibly can. You can unlock the color tool when you can if you want to start adding colors. I will probably do that at some stage, but you know, I'm not that fussed at the moment for the purpose of the videos. The remove and repair tool just means that if you place something incorrectly, you are able to remove it, and also if something starts to take damage, you can repair it as well. So, alright, so we've got our 2 motors now. And so what do we need? We need 20 metal components. So, alright, got 13. It's going to give us 2 each time. That'll give us the 20. Want to be a little bit sparing with your resources initially. We need 5 electronics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to need 5 cables. I've only got 1 cable now. It gives me 2 cables each time, so 2 of those. And then cannon turret. There we go. Now that uses 30mm bullets. So the 30mm, getting tongue tied here. 30mm bullets use 5 metal pieces and 5 magnesium powder. So they are quite expensive on the magnesium. And they give us 25 each time. Now this was an issue initially when they brought the ammo that you needed for turrets. Before a couple of patches ago, you didn't need to provide ammunition for your turrets. So, but one issue which they have now resolved is they used to fire randomly at anything, and you'd waste a lot of bullets. So we'll get into that when we place the turret down and we have some ammunition. What I would certainly do is I would be placing your turret where you want it at the time, before you even place any bullets in a storage box, because you don't want it to just start firing. So you want to be able to set it to what you want it to do. So anyway, so we need magnesium powder 5. Alright, so that's going to give us, if I do 4, that will give us 100 bullets to start off with. That'll certainly be enough to see off a drone attack on there. So we've got our cannon turret. Let's go place it. Time's getting on this video, but we've probably got just enough time to be able to do this. So hopefully my jetpack is good enough to get me. Oh, I'll turn my jetpack off. Let's turn it back on. Can we get up there? Hey, I thought I could get up there. Let's try again. Nope, can't get up there. So in that situation, what you would do is just place a block on the side there, just so you can jump onto that and then jump up. Hopefully we don't need to come up here that often. So, and then what you want to do is just place your it does take a 2x2, is it 2x2 or 3x3 area. So I want to place it kind of centrally. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's probably pretty good there. There we go. Now you can hear it clicking away because it's got no ammo, and that's because it's trying to shoot this plant monster out here. And to be honest, I'm not that bothered by it. I don't really want my turret shooting at those things out there. I can deal with those easy enough myself, especially now I've got an assault rifle. So, thankfully, now what we will do is get rid of that block once we've got the remove and repair tool. So what we will do is, or what you can now do is press P on your keyboard. It brings up your control panel. Now this shows everything in the base and shows your power, how much you're producing and how much you're using and things like that. And if I select the cannon turret, over here what they've added in is you can tell it what you want it to attack. So I don't want it to attack prey, and I don't want it to attack other predators. I'm going to turn off other factions. I can leave other factions on. It doesn't really matter. This is a single player game. So here we go. Drones are on their way to attack my base. Right. So it's perfect time to sort this out and see if we can't get that. Use it as a test. So small ammo box. What do we need for that? We need a control device, electronics, and cable. Okay. Control device, cable, electronic. Small ammo box. We've got 100 bullets here. Now I don't necessarily need the turret to take out these drones. I can do it myself. With the assault rifle you can quite easily take them out. But it's a good test. It's a good test to make sure it's working. Turrets can be a little bit finicky at times, so there we go. We've got our small ammo box here. We've got ammo here, 30mm bullets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that above the cargo box there. Put that up and just place the bullets in there. And then we just have to wait. Here we go. Here come the drones. Now you can enter these by pressing T on them. And you can manually use them. But most of the time you don't need to do that. So you see we've got 2 small drones coming over. I'll go into my... When you're in the site, you can scroll in using the mouse wheel. Come on. There goes the second one. Right. Successfully got rid of them. Now, you do want to make sure that you go over and loot these each time you kill them. So, you often get some decent stuff off them. Now, I've got another one of these plant monsters hanging around here. Here he is. So as you can see, I mean, I don't want to have to kill too many of those because I don't have that much ammunition. I've still got 83 ammunition. But as you can see with the assault rifle, it's no problem dealing with those. Alright, we've got some 0.5 cal. That's, to be honest, that's a little bit disappointing to only get that from these, but it does happen. And we've got another one of these here, so we'll take the opportunity to gain some experience. No food off him. There's another one here. That one only gave me 480 XP, so there you go. Anyway, and this is better. As you can see here, you pick up some items, electronics, it just saves you from... It's always worth looting those and chucking them in your constructor. Yeah, you don't... It's just one less thing you've got to craft yourself. So there we go. So hope you found some of this information useful. Certainly, as I've said previously, if you have any questions or anything like that, just please leave it in the comments and I'll look to address them in future episodes. But that was quite good, being able to run a test with the turret just then. So at least you could see that in action. So good. Alright, I'm going to call the video here, and in the next video we might have a look at building a hover vessel. Because my priority in this particular game, because I don't have that magnesium, is I'm going to need to make a hover vessel, just a basic one, just so we can go out exploring and find some magnesium. So I hope you've enjoyed what you've watched. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. I'm Raid0AU, signing out.